What's up, you guys? I'm Dan. This is Frugal Not Cheap. Today I'd like to share with you a couple of life updates for me. One is a fun one and the other one not so much. So we'll start with the fun one. Today's video might be a little bit shorter than normal, although I know I can be kind of verbose. But the fun thing is, after 4 years, I'm finally going to be able to leave the country and go visit my parents. Now, they have made a trip out here to DFW, so we have seen each other since COVID. But man, it took a really long time for Thailand, and then even longer for Japan to open up the borders. So I am really, really excited to be meeting with them. In fact, as of the time that you're watching this, I'm probably having a great time with them right at that moment. So the plan is that I will get an Uber here from here to DFW. Then at the DFW airport, I'll of course hit the Capital One Lounge before my flight, and I won't have to pack dinner because I'm flying Qatar Airways, and they usually have really good food. So maybe I'll get some snacks or something like that just to fill in the gaps. I ate a lot, but most of it'll just be so that I can save money. I can have a nice dinner before I get on the plane there, and so that'll be good. Then it's of course a very long flight, going to be a direct flight from well, it's not a direct flight to Bangkok, but it's a straight shot from DFW all the way to Doha in Qatar. I've got a little bit of a layover, should have enough time to go by the lounge in Hamad Airport. There's one priority pass lounge there, and I may even be able to take a shower if there's time. That might be a nice thing to do after that long flight. And then it'll be a shorter leg, but still a decently long flight from Hamad Airport to Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok. So that's the newer airport, really big one, and there I'm really looking forward to meeting my father. So spend a couple of days with him, just hanging out in Thailand. It should be pretty warm. April's the hottest month of the year, so we should be kind of on the tail end. By the time I'm there, it should be cooling down a little bit, but mind you, it's still going to be hot, but perfectly fine because, you know, here in Texas it gets warm. It was 80 degrees yesterday. So after a few days together there, which I'm really looking forward to, then we'll both fly together to Japan. We'll meet my mother at Kansai Airport, and together all three of us will fly down to Okinawa. I've never been to Okinawa, so I'm really looking forward to seeing, well, this tropical island that's part of the Japanese island chain. Just really, well, you know, not the main one, but it's part of Japan, very far south. So we'll see the world famous aquarium there and spend some time at a resort. Should be lovely. And then we'll come back and spend some time in mainland Japan, where my mother lives, before then, you know, kind of reversing it all. So I'll fly back to Bangkok with my father. Then I have a long layover, so I don't know what we'll do in that period. And then I have a late night red eye back to Doha, and then Doha to DFW. And then I'll have the long weekend of Memorial Day to recuperate over the jet lag, so I can swing back right back into work on that Tuesday. So it should be a really, really awesome trip. I am really, really looking forward to it. The last time I was out abroad was in 2019. I was able to visit my family in Tokyo. So that was, well, we took a side trip to Tokyo. We were in Japan. So it's been a long time. It's been right about almost 4 years. Which is crazy. COVID really, really changed things. And I think I saw on Twitter yesterday that the WHO had sort of ended the worldwide health emergency related to COVID. So that was a positive sign to see. So yeah. So that's the fun news. The not so fun news is that unfortunately I was involved in an accident. Thankfully there weren't, you know, huge injuries or anything like that as far as I'm aware. You know, initially anyway, everything seemed fine, and personally I'm fine. So just got really lucky. But Natalia, of course, my car got severely damaged. Basically, I got hit right in front of the driver's side tire wheel well. So that whole section, the front bumper section, is pretty destroyed, and the hood is crumpled. I'm glad that that, you know, things were not any more serious than they were, because it could have been really bad, of course, right? These things are pretty scary when we're driving these, you know, multiple ton machines around. And yeah, so another reason why, you know, FSD and autopilot are great things. At the moment, I did not have autopilot engaged. And so, ironically, I crashed probably the hardest car that there is to crash because I didn't have any of the autopilot or FSD engaged. And in this situation, the AAB wasn't going to engage because there wasn't an obstacle directly in front of me. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if Natalia at this moment is going to be considered totaled or if she's going to be considered repairable. Some more updates on that. So we'll see. But that just means that, if 11.4.1 comes out anytime soon, most likely I won't be able to let you know my thoughts on that. And, again, it's a lesson too that you got to just be really, really always very, very careful. This is a very serious business, which is driving a vehicle. So yeah, I think probably the next video, I might have like a little bit of a travel vlog for you, kind of bring you along with me on the vacation to some extent. I don't want to steal time away from my parents, so I won't be filming with them all the time, but I might be able to get some snippets here and there that we can cobble together. That should be an entertaining experience that can make you feel a little bit like you were on the trip with me, one that I'm really looking forward to. So that's all I've got for you today. Hope things are going well for you. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.